I was a member of Captain Davis's company of Minutemen, who was in the fight at Concord in 1775. We turned out to drill and exercise twice a week from the November preceding. The company was raised by voluntary enlistment. The town paid us 8 pence for every half day. I was alarmed on the 19th of April about daybreak. I gave notice
to several of the company and went to Captain Davis's house. His family were sick. He had 4 children, some had the canker rash and others were unwell. Captain Davis appeared to be heavy-hearted. One of the men used some light language and was reproached by Captain Davis. We set out for Concord when the sun was something more than an hour high. Other members of the company joined us on the road. We made some delay near Colonel Barrett's and then proceeded to the high ground north of the bridge. There was a considerable number of men from Concord and other towns assembled there, and others were fast joining them. Immediately after our arrival, the officers of the companies, including ours, went by themselves a few rods and held a consultation for a few moments. Captain Davis then came to the head of his company, drew his sword, and said, "I haven't a man that is afraid to go," and gave the word, "March." We proceeded toward the bridge in double file. Major Buttrick and Colonel Robinson marched with Captain Davis. I should note that when we first arrived, Captain Davis took the left of the Concord Minutemen, and as he had done before at the muster a few weeks prior. And he went from this position when he took the front as before stated. After we began to move, the British were beginning to take up the bridge. Major Buttrick called to them in a loud voice for them to stop. About the same time, they desisted and formed for action. I next saw a ball from the enemy strike in the river and heard the report of 2 others directly after, which we thought not to be aimed at us. A volley immediately followed, by which Luther Blanchard, our fifer, was slightly wounded. And hearing him cry out, Major Buttrick exclaimed, "Fire! For God's sake, fire!" The order was obeyed, and the British returned the fire and killed Captain Davis and Abner Hosmer, a private of his company, and wounded Ezekiel Davis, a brother of the captain, on the head. They then retreated toward the village. 2 of the British were killed there. 1 of them was left on the ground wounded, and in that situation was killed by an American with a hatchet. This act was met with universal disapprobation and was excused only by the excitement and the inexperience of the perpetrator.